sorry about that technical glitch. My name is Catherine Temple, and I'm a lab informatics consultant here at CSols. Just a bit about me before we get started talking about ELN. My academic background is in genetics and organic chemistry, and I've worked in many types of regulated and non-regulated labs over the years. When I moved off the lab bench, I took up process improvement and project management for lab projects across a variety of industries as well. And I now specialize in strategic planning for lab informatics projects for our ELN and LIMS clients. And one of the things I enjoy best about that is being able to use my lab experience to help customers find the informatics products that meet their needs best. So let's get started with today's topic. In going paperless, many labs skipped over important business process improvement steps and didn't get a lot of value out of their ELN investment. Sometimes expectations can be that an ELN is going to be installed and everything is going to be fixed. But there's a lot of work that goes into the ELN, into the planning and execution that allows the ELN to meet those expectations. So if you find yourself in a situation where your ELN is not meeting your needs, you've probably noticed that you have this big electronic place that holds your data, but no one can find anything in it. So on top of not being able to find anything, scientists might not be putting all their data into the system, or they're wasting time using blank ELN pages instead of using templates. And all these issues impede collaboration in the lab. And collaboration is not only one of ELN's biggest selling points, but it's really vital to business success in today's quick-turn environment. So we're going to talk about how to solve these ELN problems and increase collaboration and add value to your system. We'll start with workflow mapping and template creation, and then we'll discuss how planning metadata can improve searching and facilitate collaboration. Finally, I'll cover a few systems that can be interfaced with your ELN to streamline processes and increase efficiency. And throughout the presentation, I will discuss end-user involvement, but at the end, I'm going to further explain how involvement impacts adoption, which is ultimately the determinant of the success of your project. So when I first heard about ELNs, the thought that ran through my head was, there's no way anybody could ever write any software that's going to handle all the details that I need to capture in my very precious handwritten lab notebook. And even if they could, who has time for typing all that information into a computer anyway? So if they make me use an ELN, I'm just going to scan my handwritten pages and then upload those scans to the ELN, and then I can keep my notebook on the fly, and nobody has to know any different. Thankfully, that idea was never executed, but this scenario highlights some of the problems that you might have in your lab, not the least of which is user adoption, which we'll come back to throughout the webinar. There's no way with scanned pages or a handwritten notebook to search or index the information that's in each experiment, and it's really difficult to look through someone else's notebook and determine what a colleague might have tried or what worked and what didn't work. With a paper notebook or even scanned pages, there's a lot of time wasted rewriting common elements that are used time and time again, like a reagents table for a common experiment or creation of an LC eluent. So I've mentioned a lot of the problems you might be facing in your lab and with your ELN, but now I'll go into the first step of solving these problems, and that's workflow mapping. I'll also cover template creation in this section, which depends heavily on the quality of your workflow maps.